Detroit, and like there's Josh McFarley's a freshman from Detroit too, and he just went off. Like, how do you feel like seeing someone that you played with or played against for like years? How do you like proud do you feel?
Oh, well, it's a good feeling. We love playing together, love being on the court, and just I feel good every time getting a win in general.
Gerald, what was it like this week? I mean, after how bad the game on Wednesday was, what was the thought process for you guys?
Well, the loss really hurt us, but we knew we had to bounce back from that because that's not who we are. And plus, it was a home game. We can't lose home games, so we just had to focus on that.
How do you guys overcome that? Well, I can't remember his name, but he went off for like 6 threes in the first half. How do you overcome a guy who can shoot the ball like that?
We just had to talk, play through it, find out where he was. Just communication is the key. Just had to pick our defense up.
Guys, got anything else?
Any more questions for Gerald?
Considering that Northeastern was 6-1 before coming into this game, did you guys do anything different to prepare for a team that was as good as them, or keep everything the same?
Well, we did do something different, not just because of them, but we just decided to have more fun. Like, instead of taking it all just disciplined and serious, we decided to have more fun with it, and the outcome was better.
How do you force their guard, or how did you guys force like their guard and like their center to have like 13 turnovers combined?
We just had, mainly I think it was from the bench talking and everyone being loud, everybody just talking, communicating. It just made it all hype, and they were shook. They turned it over.
Coach, during the second half, there's a lot of momentum swings and runs. How do you keep your team focused when they can hardly hear you over the crowd screaming and different things like that?
You know what? We have a very young basketball team, as you know, with 2 seniors, and these guys are full of excitement and emotion. And you're right. It's they kind of feed off the crowd and off the emotion, and that's one of our challenges right now. Just keeping them poised and composed, and slowing down, not fouling too far away from the basket, or not taking a quick hurried shot, those type of things. So. The thing I'm proud of that they responded, as Gerald said, that wasn't us, in Vandy, so to speak, because we just didn't compete. And, we had a 90-minute practice yesterday after some extended film sessions, and the guys responded. We changed up some things defensively, and the guys really responded. We went to our bench, and you saw, I thought our difference was in the game was our production from the bench, and we had some guys with some foul trouble, and other guys responded. And we closed the game today with some guys that we really haven't closed the game with. So it's early in the season for us. It's a lot of teaching going on, and it's nice that we can learn from a win, and that's what took place today.
Coach, how do you feel about Hogan? He had like 5 offensive rebounds. He's doing everything everywhere. How do you feel like his game was?
Well, you know what? He's a tough matchup, and he was strong around the basket. We're on him about getting more rebounds, and what you saw today against a team that was getting top 25 votes. I mean, a good team that's going to be in postseason. You saw a combination of Gerald and Jaleel, a freshman and a sophomore, put up over 20 points in the 5 spot in the middle. That's big, because we have a lot of young men that are capable of making the 3. So I'm excited about the balance. I mean, I feel like, Gerald grew up today. We could have had Josh out here, just as well, because he made a lot of clutch plays and just big basketball plays, from feeding him in transition to step-up threes to finding guys to steals, just a lot of things that impact the game. And it shows that these young guys are winners, and they're coachable, and we're excited at their progress after a few weeks into the season.
Go
So,
ahead.
how do you feel like your team overcame one of your seniors getting in foul trouble so early? He barely played in the first half.
Well, we had different, lineup. Carlton's had some good games, and he got in foul trouble tonight. I mean, I mean, you saw Walker. Walker's a good player. He's going to be as good a guard that we see all year long. I mean, he's got next level talent. So I feel like we played against a pro level player. And as Gerald said, one of the things that we said at halftime, we knew he had 18 and he was red hot. Someone on this team has to be a defensive stopper, and we've got to do it collectively. And we took it away from him down the stretch, and you know, he had that open three, and I think by us getting into his legs really affected. I don't know if you noticed, but we picked him up, what we call 100, picked him up all over the floor and got after him. And I think that really helped some of their misses, you know, down the stretch.
Coach, talk about Chris Jenkins a little bit. I mean, he's somewhere career high last week. He's had a double-double, 14 and 6 today. A guy who was obviously came in last year, only can play half the year after transferring and practicing. I mean, I guess we're seeing what a full year of practicing. You know, what kind of player he is.
Well, Chris could have been out here too. I mean, he could have been here. I mean, there's a lot. You looked on the sheet, and you've got 5 guys in double figures. That's balanced, and that shows we have the capability of moving the ball. And a lot of guys could get a basket for us. But Chris, I mean, you know, he got the rebound. He got the rebound on the free throw. It's never over. When you're a coach, I mean, it's never over. And then he plays all over the floor. You know, he was able to attack their zone in the middle. I thought they did a good job of mixing their zone. We have a tendency to kind of stand around until we figure it out. I think that's a sign of, you know, of a young team as well. But no, it was a lot of positive performances today.
Joe, can you talk a little bit about what it's like to play with a guy like Josh, who's, you know, takes those heat checks, sort of has a little bit of J.R. Smith in him, and that he'll take the tough shots, but he can hit them sometimes too.
Well, Josh has always been like that, so I don't really trip when I see him taking shots like that because I know he can make them, because that just means his confidence is high. But I'm cool with it.
And how are you guys different as an offensive unit when he's on the floor versus when he's not?
Well, when he's on the court, he's a real good scorer and a real good facilitator. Like, he's good at finding people. But when he's off the court, we got other good guards off the court too that can handle it, like Carlton, Matt, Gerard. They can score too and get people open too.
Coach, it seems like in close games the last few years they've been really tough. Bowling Green last year, you know, lost a call. We had the tournament here 2 years ago, lost in OT twice. Do you think maybe with the culture of this team and these guys now, it's kind of changed, finally getting one close here at the end?
Well, I think that, you know, in all those experiences, you know, you learn and you never forget them. I know they stay with me forever, but you know, you point them out, you learn from them, and I think, you know, when you talk about a couple of years, look at, you know, Matt Gerard, a freshman. Carlton was really his first year playing, and you've seen some growth, and that's what you want to see, and I think that's big. And as I said, we had certain guys close in a close game today, which is encouraging. I mean, we, you know, which is big for us. So we want to get these guys as much experience. As I said, it's much nicer to learn after a win, you know.
Coach and Gerald, really, not to harp on the 50-point loss, but it did happen. So how great was it to see that 8-0 run in the beginning of the first half and those momentum changes in the second half, and like to close the game out in that short time, those last few seconds?
Okay. You sure you want to go? I mean, you're doing a great job. Are you going to be a communication major? Or?
I don't know.
No, you thinking about it? We got a great communication school. So, I think, you know, what Gerald said. You know, we acknowledged, you know, our defeat in the Vandy game. You know, the first. I think one of the things that we showed the guys, and we got out to a 5-0 start. I mean, it's 7-10 with 8-9 minutes to go, and then we just didn't know how to play. And then they came on. They're number 13 in the country, and I think they're definitely worthy of it. But I feel like they played like number 1 in the country. I mean, they put it together that night, and that's what their coach said too. And I looked out on the floor, and I had, you know, Gerald playing in his third Division I game, or third Division I game. You had Josh out there playing his third Division I game against number 13 in the country. Jaleel's a sophomore out there who's really starting for the first time. You know, I mean, I can go on and on. We had some young guys playing against, you know, very experienced guys and wasn't ready for the situation.
And just to add on to that, that loss really hurt us. Like, it took a lot out of us because it's a 50-point loss, so of course it would. So this game, we just came out with so much energy, so much like fire in our hearts, especially playing at home. We can't lose this game no matter what. We gotta show the fans like we still ready to play. Like that 50-point loss, that's history. It's done with.
What strategies do you guys use when you come across other players like Walker?
We want to try to limit his touches. We identified him as a 19-point scorer. You look at his numbers, 87 from the line, I mean, over 40 from the three, a good player. And I mean, we played against him last year, so we knew what he could do. If you saw the Miami game and what he had 29, I mean, he's a good player. So we acknowledge it, try to limit his touches, make sure everybody's aware of him. And we wanted to attack him, make him play defense, and we did.
Last question for coach and player.
In the second half, they went on like a 13-2 run to get back in the game. What'd you guys do to stop that run and finish out the game on top?
Well, I thought, you know, we made some plays defensively. We got the stops defensively. We made some substitutions, and guys responded. And then this team, you know, their defense gets better when they're scoring the ball. And we got some baskets going, and I think that helped our defense.
In the back, yeah.
Coach, they shot 14 3-pointers in the first half, and then they only shot 7. What strategy you guys use to attack the perimeter and make them drive into the paint?
Well, we tried to extend, and as I said, that, you know, we picked them up. If you remember, we picked them up full court, and the strategy was we wanted to go deep into our bench, get into their bench, and down the stretch, we wanted them to have some tired legs.
What were your thoughts in the last 5 seconds of the game if it was almost a 1-point score?
Well, we wanted to identify what they might do, and we were switching off everybody. We didn't want to give any space for someone to get an open look, and we really didn't want to foul. Wanted to defend without fouling, and finish off the possession by getting the rebound.
Last one.
This is obviously a good win for you guys, especially after what happened with Vandy on Wednesday. How does this guys help you forward with your goals of trying to win the Horizon League and everything like that?
Well, I think from my standpoint is that, you know, Gerald said it, this really meant a lot to him. Defending our home court is going to be important. We've taken a young basketball team to, I mean, if you look up, you know, their home records over the last 10 years, they don't lose, you know. And so we've taken them to some good environments, some good programs, and that's going to help us. And I think it has. The big thing is how they responded and how many players responded after a tough defeat like that.